Have you ever thought about what it would be like to live forever? To basically stay forever young, to turn back the clock 10, 20, maybe 30 years, essentially freezing yourself in time. If you have ever wondered what it would be like to live forever, or stay forever young, chances are you probably have heard of the Fountain of Youth. Well, in the 1930s, a Fountain of Youth was built here in Pittsburgh. And today, it's abandoned in the middle of the woods. Now, the fun thing about the Fountain of Youth is unless you know where it's at, you'd miss it entirely. Today, it sits right on a main road and there are cars driving by. And every single one of them has a front and center view of the Fountain of Youth, if you know where to look. Next to a somewhat busy road and down an embankment, across a small stream, is where you'll find what's left of the Fountain of Youth. This abandoned structure in the woods. You go ahead and get up this embankment, you're gonna see it a lot easier, a lot clearer. It's beautiful. Again, it was built in the 1930s, and it lasted for about 20 years as like a pump house, like a spring house. And then the water became contaminated with bacteria, and it was shut down. They actually removed the pump. The hole where the pump once stood is still there. But this is it. Talk about beyond beautiful. Aside from what we just told you, there's really not much that is known about the history of this place, the Fountain of Youth in Pittsburgh. I do know, however, that at one point they tried to restore this, and they took that medallion that you can see right above the door, they took it down. And again, at some point later, they put it back. And that's supposedly why it's two different colors. But if you look closely, it actually says the Fountain of Youth on it. Here's a closer look at that medallion. Just standing here at the entrance to the fountain, I can hear the water trickling in the back. It's echoing out towards me. The Fountain of Youth really isn't that big of a space. It's a small room behind Jessica, you can see it. And it is a little dark, so we did bring our dead lights. Go ahead, turn them on. We have been carrying these around with us, especially whenever we do explorations. It allows us to see in the dark. It looks like we can actually both walk inside here. It's a small area that has a lot of graffiti on it. So that right there, the hole is still there. That's where the pump used to be. And then when the water became contaminated, they took the pump out so people wouldn't be able to drink anymore. Go ahead, back up a little bit. So it looks like we can actually look through the hole a little bit. Let's go ahead and put the camera and the light in there. Can you guys hear the water? I wouldn't drink it. At one point it was the Fountain of Youth, supposedly gives you youth, eternal youth, as long as you drink from it. If the water is still contaminated, it might kill you. you hear that? Something fell. So it looks like it goes back there pretty far. In fact, it kind of looks like it drops off a little bit, or maybe at one point it did that. The adventurer that she is, Jessica wants to climb in. I'm not gonna lie, baby girl, this kind of looks like a very twisted painting, like you're framed. I love it though. Can you stand up in there? How far back can you go? So does it go down further? Like down towards the ground?
It stops. There's a small pool cavern, but all the water is coming through the rock.
Just don't drink the water.
I gotta show you something.
Me? All right.
I had the fright of my life because as soon as I got in, there was a massive amount of movement. I thought, oh no, spiders, because all the legs. But if you look up, it is swarming with crickets. Big ones.
Oh, wow. Didn't really translate that well, seeing the crickets on camera. You might have seen them if you looked very closely. It's neat. You got a cricket on you? Not that I can tell. I think this is what? Our third Fountain of Youth that we've ever visited. So there's this one in Pittsburgh. We visited the Fountain of Youth in St. Augustine, like everybody knows that one. There's a Fountain of Youth, so to speak, like a spring in a town of Punta Gorda, Florida. We actually took some of that water home with us. It stinks like eggs and we still have it. So just like the gates to hell, I'm guessing at this point we're kind of seeking out the fountains of youth throughout the world as well. The fact that this place still exists just blows my mind. Now, above the Fountain of Youth, behind the Medallion, there is supposed to be a dome that has a date carved in it. So we're going to go ahead and walk up there and see if that is true, if there is something up there. You see the dome, like a concrete dome? It has a date on it. Come over this way. Just because behind them, there she is. So there's the dome that we were talking about. And then you can see the Medallion to the left. We're standing right above the structure. Now, I remember seeing pictures. There were pictures where you can see 1939 written on this dome, or like carved into the concrete, but it doesn't look like it's here anymore. But if you look closely, go ahead, point it out, baby goal. So it looks like right here is where part of the 9 would have been, then there's the 3. So 1939 at one point used to be up here at the top. It is long gone, lost to the test of time. It didn't drink from the Fountain of Youth, and maybe it did, and that's why it's no longer there. But here's the backside of the Medallion. Pretty wild. We're also kind of obsessed with the wooded area behind the Fountain of Youth, where all the water technically is coming from. It kind of looks like something you would see in a werewolf movie. You can just picture like the Wolfman running through this on a full moon night. Gorgeous. Can you see her? Jessica is right there. And it does look like the woods for a werewolf, doesn't it? You can hear her howling off in the distance. She's having the time of her life. And with that being said, thank you for joining us on another grim adventure, this time to a little Pittsburgh history, a place where I grew up, the Fountain of Youth. Until next time, happy Halloween.